You were in favor, though, of these tariffs back in early 2018.
Correct.
That President Trump imposed. You were an energetic backer, I think how Joe Doe described you in his story. Why did you back it initially? Because what did it mean for your industry?
It meant that we had, I'll be a little redundant here, time to stop, or not stop, get ahead of the dumping of steel from other countries while we installed all the new technology that we were going to put in.
So you needed that. You needed that time.
We needed it. And just to go back in time a bit, I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah.
I started working in the steel mills when I was 18. And over time, as I progressed in my career, I watched tens of thousands of jobs disappear because many of the steel companies were not keeping up with the great new technology that was being designed all over the world. So this was like a step down back in memory road, or memory lane, whatever. And this big, beautiful plate mill that was 40 years old was built by U.S. Steel, my first employer. So this was an opportunity to redo something. I was a design engineer, and you know what the story says, and I've done a lot of things with regard to steelmaking for 40-some years. And so we had now this wonderful opportunity to bring back jobs, install incredible equipment. Then the tariffs hit us, and they hit us hard.
Why did they hit you hard? Especially since you were a backer of them initially, and you thought it would be a good thing, right?
Well, here's what happened. The tariffs were announced, and we knew we would have to pay tariffs because we get 12-inch thick slabs of steel. The only company that could provide them at that point in time, there was no one in this country that could, unfortunately. You have to have a slab caster to make these giant slabs. And there is not yet today a caster in this country that can make 12-inch slabs. So we were getting them from our parent company in India, and also 8- and 10-inch slabs. Those were coming from Mexico and from an ArcelorMittal plant in Mexico. And they're very high-tech from a chemistry standpoint to make line pipe, right? But also plate. But the 12-inch slabs we had to get from our parent. So,
and the point is, and I think what I love about this story is we get like a history lesson, right, of the protections on the steel industry. And there were times where the Commerce Department, go back to, 2001, right, where there were tariffs imposed to protect things that were considered, vital to our national security. Correct. And so this is what's been going on. But you're saying that these slabs are not produced here, so the only way to get them is you have to import them. It's not like we're protecting some domestic industry here.
Correct. Okay. Exactly.
And so basically the tariffs that were meant to help you were hurting you on the other side.
Yes. But we thought, because there was an exclusion methodology that you could file with the Commerce Department, that we would get all of our tariff money back.
Right.
And in May of 18, we filed for exclusions, and they got denied a year later. And I was so optimistic they were going to get approved. Now, when you're paying 25% more for something,
it's a big deal.
It's a big, big deal. And so we were going to invest $500 million in Baytown, Texas. Tremendous story and a lot of fun. And when we got hit with the tariffs and then we couldn't get them back, we spent at least $50 million on tariffs. And that's when we had to make the decision not to put the hot end in Baytown. So that was it was a bad time. Yeah, I was feeling really horrible about it all. And so,
but you still support the administration. How is that possible?
I support the administration because of the dumping issue. I don't support what they've done with the tariff issue. Our action, as you know, we're bringing we're suing the Commerce Department and the trade court. Now, We don't think they were fair to us. I know they weren't, because we told the truth. We said we cannot get these slabs in this country.
Is it making you slow down on spending and creating a much more viable business and job creation as a result, or what?
You know, if we stick with it, and that's my plan, we will have the viable business that we anticipated. But it's slowing us down tremendously. And, you know, when you get slowed down like this, who knows what the future is going to bring, right?
Or what economic cycle you might then ultimately move into.
So right now we're in kind of a dip in the cyclicality of our industry, and nevertheless we're still moving along. Right. But as I said, slower than we should be.